It's
for
not the.
water, Harry. Yes, it is. Look it up. Celsius is based on water, like how water reacts to temperature.
Yes, water. The water inside your body.
You are composed of water, Harry. Yes. But not you don't just have water running through your veins. Water is the H2O is like a molecule in a bunch of your crap. It's not the human body though. Okay, if cuz meat is different, bro. All right? Meat is weird. All right? We're constantly at an imperial 98.5 on average degrees Fahrenheit, which cooks meat. It can very slowly, but we don't cook. You know? It's for temperature on feeling on like I I don't know why you
So
don't
why? Okay, so why
agree.
is it that women's temperature is lower than men's, but so it's not actually accurate then?
Women's temperature lower than men? I don't know. They have less
So
insulation because their skin's thinner.
okay, so therefore your system is no longer accurate because it's now not based on people. It's only based on men.
No, it's
So
based.
your
God,
temperature
dude.
that's designed for the human body
The same
is
goes
not
for
designed for the human
Celsius.
body.
A woman's still going to be a little like colder in Celsius. That goes both ways.
Because
What are you
there's more
talking
people on
about?
my team than there is on yours, and that's all that matters.
So?
You're just a loser with your
No.
3 countries. And with your point of, oh, NASA got to the
Problem is,
moon
Harry.
using
The problem
Imperial,
is
therefore Imperial is better. That's not even true.
The problem is you're
Yes,
bringing this
you.
into the systems. No, I wasn't talking about imperial versus metric. I was talking about the temperature differences. I even brought up Kelvin, dude. Like
Yes, Kelvin is useful.
Kelvin is how hot molecules feel, you know? It's for
Yes.
them. Yes, Celsius is measuring water, how hot the water is, all
So
right?
what you're telling me is we should have a completely separate. So we're going to measure water temperature in Celsius, and the weather in Celsius, but then we should measure the human body in Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
No,
I think if people can
that's
understand
like
two temperatures. Most people already do anyway.
no. That's like saying you're going to measure your milk in pints, your water in liters, and your alcohol in gallons. That would be shit.
It's not though because it's not about the entire system. It's just
It
temperature.
is.
No, it's not. I'm not even talking about measuring other things. Everyone knows. Everyone and their mother knows. Metric is easier. Okay, it doesn't have weird conversions.
Yes, it's simple.
Everybody knows that. Use it
It was
in
designed by
science.
people, like clever people.
Admittedly, I don't even know where Imperial comes from. I'm pretty sure we got it from y'all, and y'all switched eventually.
Yeah, we developed it like 600 years ago.
And you have to remember, you can't really talk trash on us because we left, all right? And then we didn't get metric or nothing. We had already written textbooks and everything, and it's too expensive to switch over. All right, that's why we
No,
use metric and
no,
everything
it's
else.
not.
It would
No,
cost billions of
Bull-
dollars.
bullshit. Everybody else managed it. You guys go, oh, no, we can't afford that.
Everyone else developed when it was a thing. We were already a
No,
like superpower, and we had been using
no.
it for so long. Okay, let's do some freaking I don't know googling.
Oh
All
no,
right,
we're gonna have to replace the textbooks and the road signs. We'll go
why
bankrupt.
does America not switch to metric? Let's find some
Because
answers.
there's too
Okay,
many idiots in America that don't know what a liter is. Oh no, I'm gonna measure
the
my
biggest
drinks in
reason the
fluid
U.S.
ounces.
This is from Britannica. I don't know if this is super reliable, but it says the biggest
Okay.
reason the U.S. hasn't adopted the metric system are simply time and money. When the Industrial Revolution began in the country, expensive manufacturing plants became a main source of American jobs and consumer products. Because the imperial system of measurements was in place at the time, the machinery used for these factories was developed to size in IS units. All of the workers were trained to deal in IS units, and many products were made to feature IS units. Whenever the discussion of switching unit systems arose in Congress, the passage of a bill favoring the metric system was thwarted by big businesses and American businesses who didn't want to go through the time-consuming and expensive hassle of changing the entire country, not some little island, the entire freaking almost continent-sized country infrastructure. All right.
I'm loving that capitalism is the reason that you guys still use imperial. There is nothing that sums up America better than capitalism stopping you from making your country better. Honestly, it's fantastic. You guys really should move with the times, though. Yeah, it is 2021. Cloak, what's your view on this?
And Harry, I don't know where this perspective of that everyone in America doesn't understand the metric system, because it's just not true. When we're like brought up in when we're brought up in school, I don't know if you've been to an American public education, all right? But we're taught imperial and metric, and we're given things with conversion rates and stuff, and a lot of people do remember it, most don't. But most people know, because we do use both. We just don't use it for temperature, because when I ask the weatherman how hot it's going to be today, he's like, well, it's 115 degrees, so you're going to sweat like crazy, and you could get heat stroke and die. Okay.
If you want to live in denial, it's fine, Bocaj. I'll let you live in denial.
It's not denial. It makes sense. Celsius is a unit for measuring water, and everyone else uses that. Okay? For some reason...
Literally everyone else, though.
Yeah.
Like, we are...
But that's them, Fahrenheit is useful because I want to know if I'm going to walk outside and instantly burn to death or freeze to death.
So can you do the conversion if I tell you it's 27 degrees? Do you know how warm that is?
That crap, bro. I ain't freaking...
So you told me that you get taught both, and then you berated people that don't remember, but you don't remember.
In like grade school, bro. Like elementary. And then I use a conversion chart whenever I used to do chemistry.
Yeah, but if we could be taught the,
I mean, we use it throughout most of our education. I'm like every other person, and after school, it's just you don't remember much or use much of that.
But I'm saying you wouldn't need conversion rates if everybody just speak the same language. Like, you don't need to do any second guessing if everybody's on the mindset of oh, Celsius.
In an easier world, in a simpler world,
where we don't use metric,
where there isn't such things as mega corporations who own everything. All right. Yeah, maybe.
I still love that fact.
There's also still a world where
capitalism
the opposite is true.
How is that the most America thing?
Dude.
It would be too costly to replace. You know what? If you went to watch the weather, would they give it in Fahrenheit and Celsius? Or is it just in Fahrenheit?
No, they have a little number usually. And anytime I look at the weather, it says 23C or freaking 74F.
So they could just omit the Fahrenheit number and then just make people learn.
I don't think that would be a good thing. I don't think that'd be good.
Because Johnny Two Brain Cells living in fuck knows somewhere in Louisiana doesn't know what Celsius is. It's alright, Bocaj. I'll make you learn when we go to Japan. We'll do height in centimeters. We'll do weight in kilos. Liquids in liters. Temperatures in Celsius. And then you'll come back a changed man.
My question is, why do you see it as wrong? You see it like it's some bad thing.
Because it's not scientifically accurate. It makes everything more difficult. Keeping hold of legacy sort of measurements. No, like, okay, say you're getting directions for somebody. You can say it's 250 meters, which everyone understands, or you can say, oh, it's 500 yards. If we just all switch, because everyone knows what a meter is, so 250 meters you can work out. How far is 500 yards? Compared to a yard, compared to a foot, compared to an inch?
You said 500 yards to how many meters? What? I wasn't listening. Sorry.
No, but... Okay, everyone knows what 250 meters is, yeah?
More or less.
Yeah. So what, for example, 500 yards? And you've also got the problem that European yards and American yards are not the same thing. Oh, no. European gallons and American gallons are not the same. European pints and American pints are not the same. Like, a UK gallon is more than an American gallon.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's why, if we all use metric for everything, there is no confusion. Everybody understands. It's sort of the point of giving units and communication and whatever is so the other person can understand. If you say, like, take America for example, you've got these two different systems, which if you use the wrong one at some point, that person might not understand. Because if someone asks me for the weather and I tell them it's 25 degrees Celsius, he's then going to have to convert it. Whereas everyone just used it, there's no confusion.
Okay. But Harry, where does
We don't
the
need to keep hold of...
confusion, like in this country, okay, in the US, say we ship like a bunch of stuff to the UK or something, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Guarantee you most of that stuff will be converted to metric. But why is that an issue for the US if the US uses imperial? Because I don't, on average, you don't see a mass migration of Americans go to like Europe and then everyone's all confused on everything. You know, it's like, why change it at this point? Because if anything, it would cause more confusion.
We should all try and end up on the same page. It's like, imagine, okay, so for example, the internet, it's global, yeah, but imagine if some other place still used an old system that was incompatible and didn't work, didn't connect to the new system properly, which is sort of what... Because if you're in America, yeah, and you're an American, and the weatherman comes on and he tells you it's 98 degrees, you can understand that. But anybody else that comes over and like visits America or moves, then has to learn a different, older, admittedly worse system to then get on. It doesn't... There's no real need.
1 second, Harry. Noah's knocking.
Alright, no worries. We can stop talking about this if you want. Just have our own opinion.